All right, let's bring her on. You know her as a reality TV show veteran. Most recently, you saw her last week on the premiere of Big Brother. Reports of her demise have been greatly exaggerated. She is alive. A T-Rex did not throw her into a volcano. Well, I guess it did, but she's still alive. It's Rachel Reilly. Hey, Rachel.
Hi. Okay, so it was a velociraptor.
Oh, it was a velociraptor. It's not. Was it a
No,
T-Rex?
it
Okay.
wasn't a T-Rex. It was a velociraptor, and it did, in fact, throw me in. Push. The Big Brother term. Rachel was pushed.
Rachel was
Uh,
pushed into
Rachel
a
was
volcano.
pushed. Yeah,
All right.
it's funny.
So I know that you have done podcasts, but and you've been on a few and you've talked about how everything came about, but I didn't listen to any of them because I didn't want to know until I got it from you. So
Okay,
you're going to have to repeat the story.
that's
How
perfect.
did this all come about? Like, when were you contacted? And was there an actual possibility you were going to play for the second consecutive season, or that was never in the cards and it was just, no, you're going to make people think you're playing and then you're going to be eliminated and we're going to bring somebody else
Well,
in?
I didn't know what we were doing until we got there, but it was not ever discussed that I would be living in the house playing the game. So I kind of like assumed, and I have my Xavier from Big Brother. He's my lawyer. So I had Xavier like look over the contract 12 times. I was like, so I'm good, right? Like I'm coming home.
Yeah.
And he was like, yes, Rachel, you are good. He's like, you will be there a few days. And I was like, okay, cool. So they contacted me and they were just like, hey, we have this great idea for the premiere. We want you to move into the house. But like that's all they told me. And then they're like, bring an outfit's worth of a week's worth of clothes for a few different things. And make sure they're Rachel Reilly style. And so that was basically it. And then when I got there, we did a full rehearsal and a run through with the dinosaur and falling into the foam pit of
Yeah.
Volcano World,
Yeah.
which is, it's just, those gymnastics pits you used to jump into, the foam pits when you were a kid?
Yeah.
That's what it was. So
It
it
was,
was really actually fun.
yeah, I was going to say, I didn't think you fell on concrete. I
No,
figured it
no,
was
no,
some
no.
giant cushion. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard people ask me if they thought it was a trampoline because I guess like some stunts they'll do like a big net or a trampoline. I think I would have been more scared if it was that because I've never fallen into those. But like honestly, just falling into one of those like fun pits from like when you were a kid in gymnastics, it was totally fun.
So this is something to where, like, obviously, if you were going to be a house guest all
Yeah.
season, like, you would need that approved by your husband. You would have
Yes.
to figure all that
Yeah.
stuff out. So you knew
Yeah.
right away it wasn't going to be more than a week.
Right.
But
Exactly. Yeah.
once you got there, it was just like it's just going to be premiere night, essentially.
Well, and then
What
I
was
did the
it?
Big Brother Unlocked.
Yeah, it needed
So
to be
yeah,
unlocked.
so
That's right.
it was probably like 3 days total because we had like a run through and a rehearsal, we had filming, and then we did Big Brother Unlocked. So it was like 3-ish days total.
Did BB Unlocked? Does it tape Friday afternoon and airs that night, or did it tape the day before?
Well, this one taped the day before because of the premiere and because
Okay.
it was going to air Friday after the premiere. But I'm pretty sure that they tape the day of typically because I think they want to get
The
they
evicted
want to
house guest.
know, right, they want to get the evicted house guests, they want to know what's happening in the show, like what happened on Thursday. So I think from this point forward, I think they will tape on Fridays.
I I mean, I thought they were going to do like, look, it's only 2 years into its existence, BB Unlocked. But
Yeah.
last year, I remember on the first episode, Taylor and Derek had made their picks for the whole season because it's just like, hey,
Yes.
let's make our picks. And at the end of the year, at the end of the
Mhm.
season, we'll see how we did. And all season long, they were following along like, oh, my 3 of my
Yeah.
5 that I picked already gone. I'm surprised they didn't do that this year. So
We
whatever.
did. We did.
But they
So
didn't show it, I
I
guess.
know because we taped for 3 hours. We had so
Oh,
much to talk about.
yeah.
And I think because of that, it's an hour show. They had to, which what in TV world, that's what, 35 minutes maybe.
Yeah.
So they have to kind of like compress everything. But we did a speed draft. And I think so. Jerry O'Connell, Derek, and Taylor each got 4 house guests. And then I think the last house guest, they did like a rock. Well, I don't think I was there. Did a
Oh, no. Oh, no. Video has disappeared. We'll be back. Okay, video
Perfect.
feed back on. All
Okay.
right, here you are.
Perfect.
So go ahead. What were you
Hello.
saying?
So what I was saying was that we did a full speed draft. So Taylor, Derek, and Jerry O'Connell got to pick 4 house guests each, and then we did a rock paper scissors for the final one. The last one that nobody picked was Yash, because I also went into it kind of discouraging that pick because I was like, I bet he'll be first on the block, which he was, which was insane. And then I said my prediction was that he might be first out, but it's looking like he might not be first out because I feel like he might win Blockbuster, but it's all going to come down to Blockbuster. Um, I predicted that he would be the first one to leave. I just didn't think he would like. I don't know. Just watching his TikToks and stuff, I thought maybe he would get along really well with the bros, and you know what I mean? And then like I thought with the veterans, I didn't think he would work with the vets, and he reminded me a little bit of a Zay.
Mm.
And you know, we all know what happened with Zay. So although I really do like Yosh, like I think as a person and a character, and I watched his TikToks, he's adorable. I just feel like for Big Brother, it's like I knew he would be a lot for the week 1 vets.
And we come to find out that Yash was the last person put in that house. He was
Right.
literally not supposed to be on the show. He was the first.
Yeah,
He
which
was
is
the
kind
first
of
alternate.
crazy. The alternate,
And
yeah.
and he might end up being the first person out. Like, this is going to air Thursday, so we can talk about everything that's
Yeah.
happened up to this point. And so, in your short time in the house, who did you connect with?
Okay, it's so funny. I made like
First
uh
off, how many hours were you? How many hours were you there? How many hours
I
were
was
you in the
there
house?
for a while. So I actually don't know because in Big Brother time everything feels like it's so much longer, but I got to set in, the afternoon, and I didn't leave until midnight. So I
Okay.
was there like the majority of the day.
Okay.
Um but we also did the HOH comp, and then like, we had to film our like time flashback thing. And then I filmed like the slow motion videos of the velociraptor, so all that stuff. But I was in the house for a while, and I was able to make a final 2 deal with Jason. I made an all girls alliance with Lala and Taylor and Angela. I made a circle of trust alliance with Camu, Mallory, and Devons. I think I pulled Haley into like the storage room at one point and was like, here's the deal. We're going to have a girls' alliance. I've already started it. This is what's going to happen. So I was there for a good time. I got to talk to Drew. I got to talk to Melody. I got to talk to Lyric, like one on one. And I actually really, really liked them. I really thought Drew, like the way he spoke with me, was totally different than what I would have expected, especially because he's 21, and he just told me so many great stories. He had no problem opening up. I thought he was so sweet. And then he just has like this cute personality. And I really liked him. So I'm hoping that the house kind of feels the same way. I think he's like, kind of good with the vets, kind of good with the newbies right now. So we'll see how like what happens in the future weeks. But I liked him. I liked Melody. I liked Lyric a lot. I really like Lyric. We were talking about this before, and I thought
Yeah.
she's so cute. She was so cute on American Idol, and her TikToks are so cute. And I love the showmance, of course. It's very Love Island, but you know what? It's
Yeah.
whatever. It is what it is.
So when I'm looking at it now, you
Yeah.
were there, and I'm assuming you had these people convinced that you were going to be playing all season with them.
Oh, they 100%. Like none of them thought anything else. They were showing me the house.
Yeah.
They were like sitting with me in the like hot tub time machine in the, whatever it used to be our wine room. They showed me the bathrooms. We got changed together for an HOA. Puppies, why are you so noisy? I don't think any of them at all would have thought that I was playing the game. Like I'm pretty sure Angela was shocked. Devin was shocked. I got to talk to Devins. Devins, Angela and I made like an icon Vets Alliance. I got to talk to Devins a little bit because like we had kind of hung out at Hearts of Reality, which is this event in Florida, about. So we had gone to that, and then I think with the Ron event, this big Survivor premiere this year, I got to talk to him because he was there at that, and so we talked about that. So that was cool, and I'm very, very excited for Ron. Also, can you hear my dogs?
No.
Oh, that's so funny. I love that. Here, headphones.
Okay, so here's the thing. Julie did an interview. She does an interview every week with Dalton
Yeah.
on EW. And she, Dalton was asking what was the house guest's response to Angela, Dee, and Rachel coming in. And Julie seemed to insinuate that obviously they all knew who Angela was,
Yeah.
but they didn't really kind of know who Devins was. Did you get that impression that only a couple were Survivor fans and even knew who he was?
Yeah, 100%. I did get that impression. I also got the impression from watching them on the feeds when Dee came in that they weren't really sure who she was either.
Exactly.
So
they don't watch Survivor, basically.
I guess not, because they were literally on Survivor 50.
Yeah.
But when we all made a huge deal out of Devins, I think they started realizing he's like someone. You know what I mean? Because as soon as I saw Angela, I was like, Angela? And then I saw Devins and I was like, Devins? Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
I would have never expected him in a million years. I mean, I know there were spoilers, but like, you never know. Also, Jason. Still nobody knows that Jason is from Drag Race. And I'm a huge Drag Race fan. And I saw him and I'm like, I think I know you. But he told me that he sat behind me at Titanic in February. And he's like, we talked at Titanic. And I was like, I feel like I know you from something else. And then he has a Selena tattoo on his wrist. And I knew immediately, but I obviously wasn't going to say anything.
Okay.
And so I don't think Angela knows that he was on Drag Race. And I don't think anybody knows. He hasn't talked about it. They haven't picked up on it. So I think it's a secret.
At least as of now. All he's told them
As of now,
is,
right,
I am a drag queen. So I wonder, is he going to ever reveal that? Does he reveal it to his close allies? But I would think even if he reveals it to his closest allies, it will eventually get out to the rest of the house. But I don't know what his plan is on this.
I think if he has a plan, I think it's not to tell them, because right now, the way that he's talking, he's like insinuating that they need to get the vets out, which to him, he keeps saying reality TV vets, and they've already had their chance and they've been on multiple shows, but like he has been on multiple shows, right? So like, I don't think he can argue that they've already had their chance if they knew he was on Drag Race. So I think he's going to probably keep it a secret.
Did I see a clip on the live feeds that showed up on my For You page of Jason after talking about him making a mini alliance with you, but then after you were eliminated from the show, he was basically like, I was never going to work with her or something along those lines.
Yes, I was sad he said he wasn't going to work with me.
Yes.
But I think what he was saying was that it was so chaotic, because I guess I didn't realize I did this. I probably did. He said I pulled him, which I did. And I was like, this is where we play chess, and chess is where all the important discussions happen and strategy goes down. You make your final twos. And I'm like, so do you want to be in a final two? And he was like, sure. And I was like, okay, great. Thanks. Bye. And then I like walked off. So he probably was like, oh my God, if that's how Rachel's going to play the game, she is chaotic and messy and I don't want any part of it.
That is so funny that you did.
I think I would have won him over.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, that is Rachel Reilly in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Be like, you want to be final two? Great. Okay, bye. I'm going to talk to somebody else.
Okay, bye.
Okay, so here's the thing that obviously we got three vet. I mean, I was corrected on this yesterday. I call them vets.
Yeah.
They're saying only Angela's a vet.
Okay.
Devins and Dee aren't a vet because they aren't vets of. They're vets of reality TV.
Of reality, yeah.
So here's my thing now, though. So when I had heard the rumors, for 2 weeks leading into it, everyone was pretty much convinced Angela was 100% going to be on.
Right.
I started hearing the Dee stuff, and I'm like, that's really interesting because outside of Suri, they've never had anybody from Survivor on this show.
Yeah.
But we literally just saw Dee, and Dee was on the challenge before he was on 50. I'm like, does Dee, look, one of the best winners in the new era of Survivor,
100%, yeah.
See her 3 times in a calendar year on our television. I was like, it just doesn't seem like she's a good player, but she didn't, to me at least, represent a Survivor legend. She's a former winner, but a Boston Rob, a Tyson would jump out more than somebody like Dee would. So I was like, okay, but if she's on, she's on. Whatever. I'm not gonna.
Well, I feel like a few things with that. Like, I see what you're saying, but like, I can't imagine Boston Rob doing a 3-month Big Brother.
No, not with four
Even
daughters.
yeah, right, not with 4 daughters. And I think one of his daughters is a senior this year, also.
Oh, geez, I'm old.
Yeah, I know. So I think also same thing with Tyson. I don't know if Tyson would do a 3 months, but I also feel like with Dee being such a recent winner and a recent survivor, like she was just on 50,
Yeah.
it's actually, I think it strategically makes sense for her to be on with like, press and all that stuff. I mean, I don't know, that's all above my pay grade, but I'm happy to see her. I think she's a great winner. And I think like she's a good gamer. So I think we're going to see a lot from her. But now the fact that she's already done this, I don't know if it's going to put a big target. I mean, her target's huge, right? And like people know she won. So the fact that they know that she's a winner, the fact they know she did challenge, it's just like they're probably not going to want to keep her around for very long, I would
Now,
assume.
now here is something that was interesting. Did you see the video that was posted on her Instagram a couple days ago, either yesterday or the day before?
The one where she was like, I'm going on Big Brother, that one?
She
Yeah.
recorded a video before, and she's like, if you see this,
Yes.
you're going to know. It was interesting because she said, when I was first initially asked, I said, absolutely not. I've never watched the show.
Yeah.
And then she said she binged, I think, 2 seasons. So you can tell she's not a vet of this game. She
Right.
isn't a watcher of it. Hell, when I saw Sharon Tharp post a
Mhm.
video of Devon's when she
Yep.
was out filming in 50 and on premiere night, he said, absolutely not. I don't want to deal with the Big Brother fan base. I don't want to go on that show. And somehow he's done a 180. Now
Both of them.
Both of them. And it's just like,
Yeah.
wow. Now here's my thing. After watching the first 2 episodes, Thursday and then Sunday, and then watching clips, tons of clips of the live feeds, I am now convinced, and I don't know if they're going to do it every season, but I think they should. I now think that Big Brother should have at least one returning person on their season every year. I think it adds an intrigue because one returning person doesn't necessarily mean exactly the point you brought up. It could mean, holy crap, get them out of here. I'm targeting them. I don't want any vets. Or it could mean, oh my gosh, I'm such a fan of them. I want to work with them. So I don't think there's a guarantee either way. And I just like the fact that there are 3 people in this initial cast that I already know who they are. Like I'm so into, I said I was questionable about Dee. I'm 100% in on Dee right now. I think she's playing great.
Yeah.
She's running the house right now.
But she is running the house, and she's also giving us a lot of like strategic gameplay that we wouldn't have had week 1.
Yeah.
And I feel like she's adding this layer to the newbies where they are kind of having to navigate like playing with someone that knows what they're doing. And then the newbies keep saying, oh, Dee doesn't know what she's doing. So it's very interesting. Same thing with Devon's, because he is so funny. Like just watching him on Sunday's episode and Thursday's episode, I was like, oh, like I get it. Like he's funny on Survivor, but on Big Brother, he's got so many great one-liners. So I just feel like it does add so much. I agree. I would love to see at least one returner. But then Brendan did a poll in Chat BCC and he was like, what is a good amount of returners? And most people said 4. So I think we do need 3 or 4 people. And maybe they don't have to be from the Big Brother world, but maybe 3 or 4 people from that are vets. Because when I was in the house, I will admit, like it was hard to navigate being the only returning player because it always felt like I had my back up against the wall. It always felt like nobody really understood. I didn't have that built-in alliance with anyone. So I think that was a little bit harder. So I think having 2 or 3 people would have been beneficial for me. I would have preferred that as well.
Yet, even though you had that target,
I know
you were never put
up.
I
was never nominated.
Never nominated.
Just got eliminated.
Still one of the worst eliminations ever. Like it never should have. Like the way you were eliminated is going to stick in my craw and stick in your craw forever because you weren't voted out. It just.
I know.
Oh, I hated that white locust.
I know.
That was so bad.
It was
I didn't
so
like
bad.
The way, yeah. So yeah, so you're in agreement with me that I definitely think every season of Big Brother going forward should have some returnees. Doesn't have to necessarily be Big Brother, but it seems like they are basically trying to capitalize on, the success of season 50 on Survivor. So let's just say, hey, they're in our, Paramount CBS umbrella. Let's just have this crossover. I just hope they just don't limit it to this season. I want them to do it
I
going
agree.
forward,
I would like it going forward as well. And it's interesting. Did you see that they're airing Survivor 50 now? Again, they're going to re-air it. So I thought that was really interesting as well, because we're going to see Dee and Devins on Survivor at the same time as being on Big Brother, which for a viewer, I wonder if it's going to be overkill, but then it's also, I think it's going to be really interesting, right?
Yeah, for people that, the Big Brother fans, like we said, most of these Big Brother house guests that are on the show this season clearly don't know anything about Devins and Dee. So maybe they're thinking their fan base doesn't know enough about them. So, hey, let's show them Dee and Devins on the season that they just competed in. And yeah, Devins is, not only does he seem like just a really good guy, he's great television. We all know that television is about who's going to give us great sound bites. And he is just one of the top 5 of all time, really.
Oh, 100%. He's got the great, and he's really fun. He's really nice. He has this like aura about him that he's
constantly
just really
just smiling. He's very happy.
Smiling. Yeah, he's very happy. I hope that 3 months of Big Brother doesn't wear on him.
Did you see on the live feeds yesterday, everyone sang his daughter a happy birthday? Did you see that?
I know, that was so cute. Yeah. And I saw her reaction video. That Devin's wife posted a reaction video, and it was very cute too.
Yeah. And then today, or as we're recording this, today they did Lala's birthday was today.
I saw that.
58 today, and they did saying happy birthday to her as well. So
I love Lala.
So what do we think about the baby time capsule? You like this? You like this twist?
I love the time trap, time warp, whatever, time capsule, whatever they're calling it. I love it. I think that it's going to be a lot of fun. I think they have a lot of room to play around with it. And if they need to do a rewind week, I think they could do a rewind week or like go back in time, right? Which I think is really fun. I know that like Howie's coming back. I think there's going to be other people coming back into the season to like host competitions and do fun things throughout the season. I love that. I also know when in August we get our 1,000th episode. Is that right?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's August.
I'm hoping they do something really big for the 1,000th episode.
I would think. Obviously, I have no insight to this, but I would think on the 1,000th episode, you're going to have multiple former Big Brother contestants, the
Hopefully,
icons.
maybe they'll bring me back.
Come back. There you go. Bring Rachel back again.
Bring Rachel back.
So for the BB time capsule.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
I was going to say for the BB time capsule, from what we know is, obviously it's only for the first 6 weeks. And for the first 6 weeks, somebody will be chosen by America.
Oh, the power.
Yeah. So they will be given some sort of challenge to play. And if you complete the challenge, you get an advantage. It doesn't mean you're immune, but it's going to give you some sort of advantage in the game. But if you don't, you get a disadvantage. And again, so we won't know until the first one happens. I think this Sunday we'll find out who gets the first one and what they have to do. So yeah, we don't really know enough about it yet. I'm curious to see how big of an advantage a BB time capsule winner gets and how big of a disadvantage if you don't complete the challenge that the loser, a loser of the BB time capsule challenge.
I think, they said it will be a form of punishment from times past, right? So I'm guessing it will be like the egg from like when, Vince had to wear the egg or costume or like the dunce costume. So I'm guessing like a costume, and this is just my like hypothesizing, like maybe like a costume, or if it's another punishment, it could be like chained to another Big Brother house guest, something like that. But I wonder what the advantages will be. I'm sure they'll be like, what we did last season where it's like have someone call up someone to do a veto with you or have someone play for you in a challenge, something like that. Maybe a vote, like who knows? It could be anything really. I love that. I like that we're going to get the advantages that America gets to vote on. And also we still vote, but like, that doesn't mean they're going to win the competition. So it's not like we're just voting our favorites in, giving them power. It's like they still have to compete. They still have to win it. So I do like that. I think that's fun. And it's a fun like twist on the game.
And as I said yesterday, I think of those 6 weeks, I definitely think that Devins, Dee, and Angela will be at least 3 of the people that are selected, just because the audience already knows them. Like,
Right.
I just feel
They have to be.
there's no way
Yeah.
that they won't be chosen. Doesn't necessarily mean in that, in that order, but they will be 3 of the 6, I would think, they get to play. And then after that, it's just like who's resonating with the audience right now. So going into tonight's eviction, this is going to air on Thursday.
Mhm.
We're recording this on Tuesday. We've got Yash and Taylor, and then obviously Mallory took herself. She won POV, took herself off the block. She was replaced with Ashley. And obviously, as we record this on Tuesday, there's so much going on right now. You just like, it could change by Thursday. There could be a consensus on Thursday. Right now, it feels like if Yash doesn't, is it Yash or Yash? Whatever it is.
Yash. Yeah. Like he told me it was Josh, but with a Y.
Well,
so yeah, Yash.
Okay. So Yash.
Yeah.
If Yash doesn't win Blockbuster tonight, seemingly he's going home, no matter if it's against Ashley or if it's against Taylor.
Right.
If he does, and it's Ashley against Taylor, based on today, it seems like Ashley's going home, and they don't want to get rid of Taylor just yet. But maybe I saw a conversation between Yash and D where Yash told D, if I win next HOH, I'm not putting you up. Now, she said, oh, that sounds great to me. Now, obviously, somebody who's on the block is going to say that to the current HOH.
Of course.
If I'm D, I'm looking at it and like, okay, but you have a 1 in 15 shot of winning the next HOH. Like, she's going to say it in the moment. Oh, yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
I don't think that necessarily means she's going to rally her crossover alliance to not vote Yash. I think that was probably just an in the moment thing.
Oh, if he's on the block?
Yeah.
I think, yes, I would think if he is on
he
the
doesn't
block,
win BB. Yeah.
Right. If he doesn't win Blockbuster, he's going to go. They would be dumb not to take him out, right? Like, I couldn't imagine that. Like, that would make no sense. But
just because Taylor if he's up against Taylor, he's gone, and if he's up against Ashley, he's gone. Why do you say you got to eliminate him versus either of those two?
I mean, I'm thinking from my perspective from playing Big Brother. Okay. So like, I'm going to have a different perspective than say Rome. Right. But from my perspective of playing Big Brother, coming as an icon, they have to think he's already said he wants to target the vets. So like, they've already heard that. So the 3 vets have to think that. Then D and Barrett, or Drew and Barrett, obviously also would have to think, well, that's my alliance. I want to keep them safe. But then coming from the perspective of being in that house playing as a girl, I'm thinking, well, if I have to beat someone in a, endurance comp or a strength comp or something, I want to eliminate someone that I think I could beat. So if I don't think I can beat Yash in something, I think I want to get rid of him. Whereas I also would think, I would be myself. I would be more likely to be able to work with Ashley or Taylor than to work with someone like Yash, right? Like, just from my own perspective. But if I'm a dude, one of the dudes in the house, like, I probably would want to keep him in.
And it seems like right now, obviously, first week alliances we've seen made, and they're broken. They don't even last a week.
Right. No.
But right now, the crossover alliance really does seem to be in, I don't say control. They don't have a majority. It's only 5, and there's 15 people in there, 16 people after Thursday's eviction. So, but this crossover alliance of the 3 vets, D and Devins and Angela, along with Drew and Barrett, they really seem to be running the show. Now, maybe they seem like they're running the show because one of the people in that alliance is D, who's the head of household for this week. If the red corner alliance, if someone from that, well, D's in that. D's in
it. And then because of D, they don't want to target Devins. I think they don't care about Angela, but Angela's trying to work on them. So, I mean, even the red corner, I think like they might not target the vets. They might go after someone else.
You wouldn't think. I mean, the red corner is Camu, Haley, and Chuck, and then D and Devins. Right. So if Camu, Haley, or Chuck wins HOH, well, you wouldn't think they would go after D and Devins, and D and Devins are safe. So that's why they're playing it smart. That's why I think like they are right now, again, we're only a week into filming, but Dee's running the show right now, and
100%.
and seems to be understanding the game a lot better than I thought she would for someone who's only watched 2 seasons. Like she's talking. Have you seen these like D moments where she just sits there and talks strategy to the camera by herself in the HOH room? Have you seen these?
Yeah, which is kind of crazy because for someone that didn't watch the show, you would think she wouldn't know about live feeds. She must have talked to a former Big Brother house guest and just kind of like gotten the down low, because whoever she talked to did a great job coaching her.
No, she's killing it right now.
Yeah, like, she's killing it.
And she seems to know all the alliances that are happening. And the other thing is, a lot of people, Drew is reporting back to her. Barrett is reporting back to her. There seems to be a little bit of a flirtation going on with her and Barrett. If there's one thing we know about Dee, is any reality show she's on, she's going to flirt and hook up with somebody. So looks like Barrett is her guy, at least early on this season.
Well, maybe for I was going to say maybe for a week.
Yeah, exactly. She might move on to somebody else.
Yeah.
But, on her initial season, it was with Austin. And then we know that she has been with Wendell. We know that she's been with Bananas on the challenge. Like, Dee is absolutely knowing what she's doing, and she uses her sexuality in a way that advances her in the games that she plays. Like, you can't hate on it.
No, she's smart to flirt with these boys and to flirt with the ones that are in power, so I don't hate on her at all for that. I think she's got to play and she's going to win. If that's the other thing about Dee, if she's going to do it, she's going to win and get really far. Every game she's played, she usually makes it really far. I mean, Survivor 50 was like an anomaly. How do you say it? Anomaly?
Anomaly.
Anomaly. Yeah, whatever. What was that? Yeah.
So here's the thing. You obviously have been with your husband ever since you met him on this show. And then there's this whole thing about, do showmances work? And it had really no like your showmance with your husband, he was eliminated long before you were, but it doesn't, you can point to it working and not. Holly and Mickey got to the finals together. Now granted that completely imploded after the show, but that showmance literally got the showmance literally sat next to each other in the finals. And then there's other showmances that have completely, blown up. And because people look at you as basically a 2-person alliance, and whoever one person is voting for, the other person is going to follow. Right now, 2 days in, you have Lyric and Rome making out in the bed.
I love them.
And, it seems like, they can do what they want. It doesn't seem like Lyric is long for this game, but if she hitches her wagon to Rome and Rome creates enough friendships in the house, he's basically just her shield at that point.
100%. And nobody in the house is taking it seriously enough yet to really be upset about. They keep saying, oh, they'll make a target of themselves. So it seems like nobody's really thinking about it in the forefront of their minds right now. So the problem is, I think with the showmance, like what happened with Reilly and Catherine last season, it was like Reilly got too dangerous, and then it was like, okay, he's got to go. And then because sometimes you have to break up that showmance, it's just like, they're always going to be a target. They're always around because people will always be able to put them on the block together. But it's like, how long do they stay in the house? Because if they stay in too long, they turn into like Holly and Mitchie, right? Where it's like they make final 2, or, you might get them out one out pre-jury, one out keep them in both jury. It's like, it's kind of a toss-up. Showmances don't normally make it both to the end because it's hard to play for 2 people. But I think they're cute. I'm loving watching it. It's a long summer. By the end of the summer, if they are still showmancing and on good terms, I think that they'll probably make it last. They really seem to like each other. So, I mean, and they seem like a good fit. Like they seem like a good match.
Where's Rome from?
Well, that's the problem. He's from Florida. So it's like
she's in Hawaii.
She's in Hawaii.
Jesus.
But,
talk about a flight.
Who wouldn't move for her? She's such a catch. She's so pretty. She's a lawyer. She's fun. Yeah. I mean, but she's not leaving Hawaii. Like, there's just no chance. But she's probably like, you know what? I've got to go on Big Brother because I need to find someone because there's not a lot of options in Hawaii.
Yeah, I'm really curious, and so I wanted to talk to you a little bit about your season and not gameplay or anything like that, but
Yeah.
everything. We have not spoken since Mickey's passing, and I just
Mm.
wanted to ask you first off, where do you remember like where you were when you found out, and just give a few words about Mickey, having played with her last summer. Just
Yeah.
tell
I
us
love
something that maybe we don't know as an audience about Mickey.
Well, recently, Ashley told us she was just in Chicago last week or just like a few days ago. And Mickey's sister came up to her and um, randomly doesn't even live in Chicago. And we feel like it's like a Mickey thing, right? Like, told her that, Mickey loved us all and, that there was no bad blood. And like, unfortunately, Mickey did pass from a flu complications. Like, it was just it was totally tragic and nobody would have ever predicted something like that could happen. But like her sister said that like the family is doing well now, her mom is doing well, and like we loved Mickey. She was such a light and she was such like talking to Mickey, you just like fell in love with her. There was nothing about Mickey that ever could have made me not think she was just an amazing human being. And I'm just so thankful for the time I got to spend with her. She really wanted to play Big Brother, and that was always her dream. And she got to do that. I wish I would have known her longer.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they did like a little memorial on the show. I thought that was really special. Um, but yeah, I found out, I guess we were all, it was like Christmas, right? So we were all like at home with our families, and it just kind of like nobody believed it. We were all like, there's no way. Like, this is wrong. Like, it's a lie. And then I think someone, Zach maybe had contacted Mickey's like family, and then he confirmed it with us because I think he was like really, really close to Mickey. He was the closest. Um, but we all got on. We got to do a memorial together as a cast, and just talked about Mickey, and like we talked about like, see, now I'm gonna cry about missing her, and just how people come into your lives when you don't know why or what it was for, but she was such a special person, and she made such a big difference in our season. Like, she really made our season fun.
Well, I remember there was a lot of people online as the season was going on that pinned her as she was playing the best game up until a certain
Yeah,
point. They were like,
she was
she
playing a
is,
really good game.
yeah, she's killing it. Like she is
Yeah.
going to win based on this. And then obviously things, and things turned. But no, I appreciate you,
Yeah.
saying that about Mickey. Obviously, you are obviously friends with other people on your cast. You and Jimmy seem to have. Is he your BFF from the cast? If you had to name
Yeah.
one, is he your closest friend from the cast?
I think so. Yeah, well, yeah, he is my closest friend. Jimmy, Ashley, and I are in a group chat. We talk every day. I talk to Morgan like every day. I talk to Kelly a lot. You know, you go through these crazy, I talked to Catherine last night. You go through these crazy experiences and they bring you together. And the Big Brother family, I think, I don't know, every cast, every season is like this, but every season that I've been on, I just really try to keep in touch with the people from my season because I feel like it's such a unique thing that we go through. And it's crazy that we do it in 3 months, but you feel like then you know these people for the rest of your life, right? Like, you just know everything about them because you get closer to them than in 3 months. You have nothing else to talk about. So you're closer than some friends they see every day. I talked to, Will the other day, Captain Will. I talked to Zach a lot. I saw Lauren last time I was in New York. So yeah, we get to, we all get to talk and hang out a lot. But yeah, I definitely am. I talk to Jimmy the most. He's my BFF from the season.
Well, the other thing that was interesting, and it came out like once this cast was released, they were like, my gosh, Mallory is this season's Kelly, and Barrett is this season's Reilly, and Melody is this season's Catherine. Like, just the spitting images, they're literally
Oh,
almost,
yeah,
they
I
look
saw
like
that.
each
That's
other.
so
Like they
funny.
look like casting
Like,
doubles from the previous
Mallory
season,
and
and then
Kelly
and then
are
lyric
so different.
and then
They're
lyric
so
and then
different.
lyric is
Yeah.
like this season's Lauren. Like
Lauren, right. It's funny because they're so different, and even in the house they act different. But like, yeah, I mean, like
Looks
the
wise.
pretty girl, like looks wise, like the pretty girl that's maybe gonna get in a showmance. Like, I get that, I see that.
Yeah.
And then like the girl with glasses, who's maybe like,
The nerdy science
the more
person.
nerdy science person, like
Yeah.
Kelly was. But they're so different. It's so funny because
Mm.
like they might seem like the same type of archetype, but they're just like those two could not be more different. Um, and I feel like same thing with Melody. Like, I think they
Melody
seem
looks like Kath. Like they could be sisters.
she does look, they could be sisters. And I think people say, like, oh, they look like this person, they do this, but I mean, they're just so, I think that their personalities are also different and they bring a unique, different thing to the game. That like last year, Catherine and Lauren were best friends. Like Lyric and Melody are like really close, but I know Mallory's also kind of close with them. So it's interesting to see how different all these people are.
And then Barrett with the overalls is like this season's Reilly.
They
Like,
said, but he's so different from Reilly again.
oh, really?
Like,
Well, because he's not
well,
rude.
I mean,
He's not rude
well,
to women.
Reilly was the cowboy, supposed to be bull rider,
Yeah.
right? And Barrett's like this huge Big Brother fan who is just like, I think he's like this. Barrett's more like the super fan, I think.
Yeah. No, he seems to be, and he's really,
Yeah.
and he's starting to really, we've seen some clips of him
Yeah.
holding Dee's hand up in the
I saw
HOH.
that. It's cute.
Yeah.
It's
And
cute.
we'll see. Maybe
The
it is a
flirt
thing.
man.
Maybe she's using it as a game. Maybe it's a gameplay for her.
But
Maybe
then-
she's really interested in him. Who knows?
Sometimes it's also like maybe that's just how they communicate. Like some people just communicate. Like in Big Brother, especially, like, there's so many times when you're just laying on someone or you're holding their hand, and it doesn't even mean a flirtmance at all. It's just like it's Big Brother and you're literally with them 24/7. So
Vincent Morgan, perfect example.
yeah, exactly. I mean, human chemistry.
Yeah. So anyway, Rachel, thank you so much for coming on. We're looking forward
Thank
to the
you.
rest of this season of BB28. Again, you're an icon in this game. I'm glad you survived a velociraptor throwing you into a volcano.
I know. Yeah.
So, Rachel, thanks
Thank
again
goodness for time travel.
I know, exactly. Thanks again for coming on. I appreciate it. We'll be in touch.
All right. Thanks, Steve. Bye.